Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you ever looked at a simple 1988 1-cent coin and thought it could be worth hundreds of dollars? What if I told you that a regular-looking 1988 USA penny, with a face value of just 1 cent, has shocked collectors and experts by fetching an incredible $617 because of rare minting mistakes and error varieties that have turned it into a valuable collector's dream? This isn't just another coin tale. This is a true example of how simple pocket change can hide extraordinary value if you know what to look for, and this 1988 penny proves just that, so get ready because we're diving deep into why this particular coin has become a hot topic in numismatic circles and why collectors are paying big money for it. The 1988 Lincoln penny may seem like just another ordinary coin in circulation, bearing the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But the real story lies beneath its surface, quite literally, in the tiny mistakes that occurred during its minting process. First minted in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the 1988 penny is normally composed of copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams, and should appear without major flaws. However, a select few of these coins have surfaced with highly sought-after errors, one of the most famous being the 1988 wide AM reverse variety. Typically, pennies from 1988 should have a close AM design, where the letters A and M in America are nearly touching. But due to a rare transitional design error, some coins were struck with a reverse design intended for proof coins from earlier or later years, leading to a wider than usual spacing between the A and M. This tiny gap turns the coin into a valuable error type, and collectors are constantly on the hunt for these scarce wide AM varieties. What makes this even more fascinating is how such a small difference, often missed by the average eye, can drastically raise a coin's value from 1 cent to over $600. But that's just the beginning. Another major reason why the 1988 penny can be worth so much is due to double die errors. These occur during the minting process when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between strikes, causing a doubled appearance on certain parts of the coin. On the 1988 penny, doubling can be found on the date, Liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." While these might seem like subtle features, sharp-eyed collectors know that even minor doubling can command premium prices, especially if the coin is in a high grade with little wear. Then there are off-center strikes, where the design of the coin is not properly centered, resulting in missing portions of the design or blank planchet space on one side. A 1988 penny with a 10 to 20% off-center strike can already be interesting, but those with 50% or more off-center and still showing the full date are rare gems and can reach very high values at auctions. Equally intriguing are coins with die cracks, die chips, or cuds, raised lumps or areas where the die broke during the striking process. These minting anomalies add another layer of uniqueness and are often highly desirable among error collectors. Moreover, some 1988 pennies have been found with repunched mint marks, RPMs, especially from the Denver Mint. These are mint marks that were hand-punched into the die more than once, resulting in visible doubling of the D mint mark. This type of error is an exciting variety to search for, and when found in clean, uncirculated condition, their values can soar. Additionally, coins with misaligned dies, where one die was improperly set, can cause a visual effect that makes one side of the coin appear slightly rotated or shifted compared to the other. Again, these types of minting errors, though seemingly insignificant, are highly sought after and drive up a coin's value well beyond its nominal face value. In some extremely rare instances, 1988 pennies have been discovered struck on foreign planchets, such as dimes or even blank planchets intended for other denominations. These coins often appear with incorrect weight and coloring, and when certified by third-party graders, can fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on the specifics. But it's not only about errors, condition plays a huge role in value as well. Collectors crave coins in mint state or proof condition, with sharp details, no wear, and full original luster. A 1988 penny in MS68 condition or higher is extremely rare, and because coin grading is both an art and science, even a slight improvement in grade can exponentially increase the value. Combine a rare error with high grade and you've got a recipe for a coin that sells for hundreds of dollars or more. Additionally, coins that have been authenticated and graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC carry more market trust and often command stronger prices in auctions or private sales. A 1988 penny graded MS-67 with a wide AM reverse or double die obverse can easily reach several $100s if not more. And let's not forget about provenance and popularity. Some coins skyrocket in value after being featured in numismatic journals, YouTube videos, or coin forums. The buzz alone can elevate market demand, pushing collectors to pay premiums just to secure a talked-about coin before it's out of reach. Even more intriguing is the fact that these coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight, whether in your change jar, pocket, or tucked away in a coin roll from the bank. The thrill of finding a 1988 penny worth hundreds is part of what keeps treasure hunters and collectors constantly searching. It's not just about monetary gain, but the excitement of discovering history embedded in metal, the legacy of minting, and the joy of learning through coins. For many, numismatics is both a hobby and a passion, and coins like the 1988 penny with rare mistakes only deepen that fascination. As we delve into auctions and online marketplaces, it becomes clear that this coin's desirability continues to grow, with each new discovery making headlines in collector communities. The momentum surrounding this coin is fueled by social media, YouTube channels dedicated to rare coin finds, and a general rise in interest in error coins as people become more educated on what to look for. That's why it's no surprise that a seemingly ordinary 1988 1-cent coin has managed to sell for $617 and even more in some cases. It's the culmination of rarity, error types, collector demand, and sheer luck. And who knows? Maybe the next rare 1988 penny is sitting unnoticed in someone's drawer right now. With all this in mind, it's clear that the story of the 1988 penny is far from over. As new varieties and errors continue to be found and documented, the value of this coin and others like it only continues to rise. So whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just getting started in coin hunting, keep your eyes peeled for that special 1988 penny with a wide AM, a double die, a repunched mint mark, an off-center strike, or any other minting anomaly. You could be holding a small fortune without even knowing it. And if you found this video helpful, fascinating, or inspiring to check your own pocket change, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting discoveries and deep dives into the world of rare coins and valuable collectibles that might be hiding in your very own home. Next, 1987 D1 USA coin. Have you ever imagined that a simple coin lying unnoticed in your pocket, a 1987 D1 piece with a face value of just 1 penny, could actually be worth an incredible $600 due to rare and fascinating minting errors and anomalies? This is not a fantasy or a collector's myth but a shocking reality in the world of numismatics, where the smallest imperfection can lead to the greatest value, and the 1987 D penny stands out as one of those rare instances where a coin originally minted in the millions has risen to a position of extraordinary desirability due to very specific and unusual mistakes made during its production at the Denver Mint, captivating the attention of coin experts, collectors, and treasure hunters across the globe. And today we're going to explore the incredible true story of how this common copper-plated zinc coin became a hidden jackpot and why you should start looking closely at your change, because what may appear to be an ordinary cent could be your ticket to uncovering hundreds of dollars just waiting to be found, especially when you know exactly what to look for like a professional collector does. Starting with one of the most popular and valuable errors ever discovered on the 1987 D penny, which is the double die variety, a type of error that occurs when the coin die, which is responsible for striking the coin's image, shifts slightly between strikes, creating a doubling effect that can be seen on the lettering, numbers, and other key parts of the design such as Liberty, the date 1987, or the motto In God We Trust. And although subtle, these doubling effects have become a gold mine for collectors because they are rare, they're beautiful in a strange way, and they represent a significant mistake by the US Mint. And when these double die errors are clearly visible and preserved in high-grade condition, they can skyrocket in price, turning a 1-cent coin into a $600 collectible gem in the eyes of coin enthusiasts and investors alike. And then there's the incredible variety known as the repunched mint mark or RPM, which occurs when the D For the Denver Mint was manually punched into the die more than once at slightly different angles or positions, a common issue in older minting processes, and when found on a 1987 D penny, this anomaly becomes an instant highlight for error coin collectors, especially when certified and authenticated by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, whose certification not only confirms the legitimacy of the error but also assigns it a grade which is crucial in determining market value. And believe it or not, some of these repunched mint mark examples have traded hands for hundreds of dollars simply due to the strength and clarity of the doubled mint mark and the overall condition of the coin, which leads us to the importance of grade and condition in the value of these error coins, because coins that are nearly flawless with full original luster, sharp strike details, and minimal wear are graded as mint state, MS, and those in MS 66 or higher are significantly more valuable, especially when they also possess an error. And when you combine such pristine condition with a rare error, the result is a coin that no longer belongs in your change jar but rather in a protective slab, safely stored and admired as a true numismatic treasure. And that's not all, because another major factor that makes the 1987 D penny worth so much is the presence of off-center strikes, a dramatic minting error where the design is not properly centered on the planchet, often leading to a coin that is partially blank on one side, and depending on the percentage of the off-center strike and whether or not the full date is still visible. These types of errors can fetch several $100s, especially when the misalignment is between 50 to 75% and the coin remains in good condition. And while you might think these errors are easily spotted and therefore all discovered, the truth is that many such coins still go unnoticed in circulation, coin rolls, and personal collections because the average person simply doesn't know what to look for or doesn't think to check closely, but those who do take the time to inspect their coins are the ones who stumble upon these hidden treasures and reap the rewards. And then we also have to talk about die cracks, die chips, and cuds, unusual raised areas on the coin caused by breaks or flaws in the die used during the minting process. And while they may not be as dramatic as a double die or off-center strike, they are still highly collectible, especially when the crack runs through key elements like Lincoln's portrait or important lettering, and if the cut is large or dramatically affects the design, the coin becomes all the more desirable and valuable. And the fascination doesn't stop there, because there have even been cases where 1987 D pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, such as dimes or foreign coins, leading to an incorrect weight or unexpected coloration. And these kinds of wrong planchet errors are exceedingly rare and highly valuable, often being auctioned for several hundred or even thousands of dollars depending on the exact details of the error and how well preserved the coin is. And let's not forget transitional errors where a design intended for one year was mistakenly used on another, which, though rare on 1987 D, still creates major buzz in the collector world whenever discovered. And each one of these error types, when combined with a strong grade, can transform the value of the penny exponentially. And this is why it's not unusual for collectors to submit dozens or even hundreds of 1987 D pennies to grading companies in hopes of finding that one special variety or condition that stands out from the rest. And when these coins do make their way into auctions or collector forums, they become hotly contested items because of the limited supply and growing demand among those who specialize in Lincoln cents or error coins in general. And what's even more exciting is the fact that these coins can still be found today in bank rolls, old coin jars, estate sales, or even inside your own drawer, which is why coin roll hunting has become a popular hobby, with people dedicating hours each week to combing through rolls of pennies from banks in hopes of finding that elusive error penny like the 1987 D that can change everything. And with the rising interest in coin collecting thanks to social media, YouTube channels, and online marketplaces, more and more people are beginning to understand the incredible value that can be hidden in plain sight. And the 1987 D penny with its $600 value has become a viral sensation as stories continue to surface about people selling these coins for hundreds of dollars after learning what to look for. And so many examples continue to emerge that prove this is not just hype but a real opportunity for anyone with a sharp eye and a bit of patience. And it's important to note that value doesn't only come from errors. Some 1987 D pennies in exceptionally high grades with no visible wear can also command premium prices simply because they are so difficult to find in pristine condition due to how heavily circulated these coins were, making high-quality examples exceedingly rare and valuable in their own right even without errors. and when you consider how many variables can affect the value, condition, type of error, rarity, demand, certification, the possibilities for high-dollar finds in the 1987 D penny become not just possible but probable for those who know what to look for and are willing to search, and with so many tools now available online for comparing coins, checking auction results, and even submitting your coins for grading, the barrier to entry for coin collecting and hunting valuable errors has never been lower, and this is why the 1987 D penny continues to capture the imagination of collectors and dreamers alike, symbolizing the hidden worth in everyday items and proving that even a single cent can carry a story worth hundreds of dollars. And with that in mind, make sure you check your change, look carefully at every coin, and don't overlook the little things. Because 1 cent might just turn into 600 overnight, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible value hidden inside a 1987 D penny and want to learn more about rare coins, error varieties, and ways to turn your change into cash, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories, facts, and discoveries from the fascinating world of coin collecting where history and hidden value meet. Next, 2015 D 1 cent USA coin, today's fascinating deep dive into the astonishing world of rare coins where we uncover the hidden gems that may be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change, and today we're about to explore a truly mind-blowing story behind the 2015 D 1 cent coin. A coin that was minted in the tens of millions yet has taken the numismatic community by storm due to the presence of specific minting errors and production flaws that have pushed its value all the way up to an incredible $584. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that should be worth just a penny has become a prized possession for collectors willing to pay hundreds of dollars because of the unique and extremely rare mistakes it carries. So if you're someone who thought modern coins aren't worth collecting or inspecting, think again, because the 2015 D penny is living proof that even the most recent issues can hold surprises that rival those of historical classics, and in this script we'll take you on a thorough exploration of the exact types of errors, varieties, and production mishaps that have led to this stunning increase in value, beginning with one of the most desirable and frequently discussed errors in the 2015 D 1 cent series, which is the double die variety. This type of error occurs when the coin's die, the piece of hardened steel that imprints the image onto the planchet, undergoes a misalignment during the hubbing process and as a result creates coins with visible doubling on key areas such as the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "In God We Trust." And in the case of the 2015 D penny, multiple examples have surfaced showing slight to dramatic doubling, especially around the lettering and the Lincoln portrait. These features can often only be spotted under magnification, but when they're clear and verified by professional grading companies such as PCGS or NGC, they can push the coin's value far beyond face value, and in higher mint state grades they can easily cross the $500 threshold, which brings us to the critical role that condition plays in determining value, because even with an error, a heavily circulated or damaged coin might not fetch much, but when that error exists on a coin that has no wear, strong luster, and full detail, its desirability skyrockets, and we see this happen all the time at coin shows and auctions where a relatively modern coin like the 2015 D can command top dollar due to the perfect storm of rarity and condition. And another error that has collectors racing through their change is the occurrence of die breaks, die cracks, and cuds on the 2015 D Lincoln cent, which are all the result of deterioration or stress on the minting dies, and these cause raised lines or lumps on the coin's surface, frequently around the rim, Lincoln's head, or the fields near the date. And while some of these may appear minor, they are unique by nature, since no two die cracks are exactly alike, and that uniqueness drives collectability, especially among enthusiasts of so-called BIE errors, which occur when a die crack forms between the B and E in Liberty, creating what looks like the word BIE, a phenomenon that has long fascinated collectors of Lincoln cents and is still highly sought after today, even on newer issues like the 2015 D. But the list doesn't stop there, because this penny also exists with off-center strikes, which occur when the planchet is not properly aligned with the dies during striking, causing the design to be shifted and leaving part of the coin blank, and when this happens while still displaying the full date and mint mark, it becomes significantly more valuable, and examples with 40 to 60% off-center errors have been recorded, selling for hundreds of dollars depending on grade and eye appeal. And if you're really lucky, you might stumble upon a 2015 D penny struck on an incorrect planchet, such as one meant for a dime or a foreign coin, which can result in weight discrepancies, unusual coloration, and misaligned designs, and these so-called wrong planchet errors are especially rare and can dramatically increase the coin's value, sometimes into the thousands depending on the exact error and the circumstances of its discovery. And we must also mention coins with strike-through errors, which occur when foreign material such as grease, wire, or other debris comes between the die and the planchet during the striking process. And when this happens, parts of the design can appear missing or distorted, leading to wild-looking coins that are one-of-a-kind by definition and are often snapped up by collectors eager to add something truly bizarre to their collection. And in some 2015 D pennies we even see examples of misaligned die strikes where one die, typically the obverse, is not properly centered, causing a portion of the coin to appear more raised or lower than the opposite side, and though subtle, this anomaly creates a visual imbalance that seasoned collectors know to look for and are willing to pay a premium for. And then there's the rare but thrilling case of doubled mint marks, which, although very rare after the mid-1980s due to changes in minting technology, can still occasionally surface, especially when a punch error or die anomaly results in the mint mark appearing twice or with ghost-like traces, a feature that sends collectors into a frenzy when discovered, especially when paired with high-grade condition and other errors. But what really makes the 2015 D penny unique and valuable is the combination of all these error possibilities with the rising popularity of modern error coin collecting, driven by online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and social media platforms where videos and posts showcasing rare finds have created an entire culture of coin hunters who regularly inspect their change for rare errors. And this has led to a surge in demand for modern error coins like the 2015 D penny, driving up prices and making even common years suddenly worth a second look. And with the relatively recent minting date, this coin is still commonly found in circulation, meaning you don't have to be a professional collector to get lucky. All it takes is attention to detail and a bit of research to start identifying the differences that make a coin special. And as more and more people discover the hidden world of errors, the supply of untouched or unsearched 2015 D pennies decreases, which only increases the rarity and value of high-grade error specimens that are still being uncovered today. So if you've ever wondered whether a simple coin could be your key to a valuable discovery, the 2015 D penny is your answer and your opportunity, especially if you take the time to learn about the subtle and sometimes dramatic mistakes that have made this modern coin such a high-value item. And if you found this exploration informative, inspiring, or helpful, make sure you like the video, share it with fellow coin lovers, and subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories, error guides, and deep dives into the most surprising and valuable pieces of American currency history that might just be hiding right under your nose. Next, 1991 cent USA coin, another deep dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins where ordinary change transforms into extraordinary treasures. And today we're focusing on a surprising and incredibly profitable example, the 1991 cent coin from the United States, which despite its humble face value of just 1 cent has gained the attention of collectors, numismatists, and treasure hunters all over the country because of a number of minting mistakes and rare anomalies that can boost its worth to an amazing $414 or even more in the right condition with the right errors. And it's coins like this that remind us how hidden fortunes can be waiting in our pockets, coin jars, or bank rolls just waiting to be discovered by those who know what to look for. And in this video we're going to take a long and detailed look into all the aspects that make the 1990 pennies so valuable, including the types of errors that have turned this common cent into a prized collectible. Starting first with one of the most important and valuable errors of this year, the 1990 no-S proof penny, which was accidentally struck at the San Francisco Mint without the S mint mark and released into proof sets. And although this coin is technically not the same as a regular circulation 1990 penny, it still plays a huge role in the story of the year and has helped bring attention to other coins from 1990 as collectors began looking closer at this particular mintage to find other mistakes or rarities that might have gone unnoticed for decades. And one of those is the 1990 penny from the Philadelphia Mint, which as usual carries no mint mark, but unlike other years where the Philadelphia Mint mark is occasionally left off as part of standard production, in 1990 this absence is especially interesting because of the presence of so many known die varieties and inconsistencies in both Philadelphia and Denver minted coins. And for the standard 1990 cent, especially those struck at the Denver Mint and carrying a D mint mark, collectors have uncovered a series of stunning minting errors that include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, die chips, repunched mint marks, and more that all contribute to a rise in both collector interest and resale value, with certified examples often selling for hundreds of dollars depending on the clarity of the error and the condition of the coin. And it's this combination of multiple possible mistake types combined with wide circulation that has made the 1990 penny such a treasure-hunting target. And if we begin with the double die errors which occur when a coin die is improperly hubbed, resulting in a doubling of the design on the coin itself, we find that some 1990 pennies exhibit doubling, particularly in the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1990 itself, which, when seen under magnification, appears as a slightly shifted or shadowed impression, creating an unmistakable visual anomaly that makes the coin highly desirable. And when certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, these coins can easily reach values of $200 to $400 or more, especially when graded MS65 or higher, with clean fields, sharp details, and strong original luster. And that leads us into the next critical component, coin condition, because like with most coins, even if you have a rare error, it must be in high grade to fetch top dollar. And the 1990 penny, which was made of copper-plated zinc and therefore more prone to spotting and wear over time, can be quite difficult to find in pristine uncirculated condition, especially with a visible error, and that's why high-grade error examples are highly sought after and command top dollar at auctions. And another valuable variety from this year includes the off-center strike, an error caused when the coin blank or planchet is not properly aligned in the press, and as a result only part of the design is struck onto the coin with the rest left blank. And depending on the degree of the off-center strike and whether the full date is visible, these errors can range from modest to highly valuable, with 50% off-center examples showing the date and mint mark selling for hundreds of dollars due to their dramatic appearance and rarity. And then we come to die cracks and die chips, which are raised lines or lumps on the coin caused by breaks or chips in the die used to strike the coin. And though sometimes dismissed as minor anomalies, these errors are actually highly collectible, because each die crack or chip is unique and can make your 1990 penny one of a kind, especially when the error appears in notable areas such as Lincoln's head, the date, or the lettering. And certain die breaks even form cuds, large raised blobs near the rim where part of the die has completely broken away, leaving a significant and highly visible deformity on the coin that collectors love. And some 1990 pennies also show repunched mint marks or RPMs, where the Denver D was manually punched into the die more than once at slightly different angles. And although this practice was phased out in the late 1980s, remnants of it persisted, and some 1990 D coins clearly show RPM characteristics which can make them highly desirable, especially when preserved in high grade. And let's not forget about coins with strike-through errors, where foreign material such as grease or debris got onto the die or planchet during striking, causing part of the coin's design to appear missing or distorted. And such coins are usually instantly noticeable and very collectible, often trading hands for high premiums depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. And there have even been reports of 1990 cents struck on the wrong planchet, such as blanks meant for dimes or foreign coins, resulting in coins with incorrect weight, smaller size, or different coloring. And these rare wrong planchet errors can be extremely valuable, especially when certified by experts and sold at professional auctions or online marketplaces, where collectors are always hunting for standout pieces. And when we talk about value, it's essential to consider how scarcity and awareness drive prices, because as more people become aware of the valuable errors in the 1990 penny and begin searching their change, rolls, or collections, the demand increases, and so does the price for well-preserved and dramatic examples. And while millions of 1990 pennies were minted, the truth is that only a small fraction carry these errors, and an even smaller number have survived in top condition, which is why values have risen steadily in recent years as collector demand has outpaced available supply. And one more fascinating point about the 1990 penny is how the no-S proof variety made collectors re-examine other proof and circulation coins from the same year, sparking a renewed interest in what was otherwise considered a common and modern issue. And this interest helped uncover new varieties and help drive up the value of other 1990 errors by association. And now with social media, YouTube coin channels, TikTok coin collectors, and dedicated numismatic forums spreading information faster than ever, people all over the world are learning what to look for and rushing to find these errors before they disappear from circulation completely. And even coin grading services have responded by expanding their listings of known errors and varieties from 1990, which helps build trust and increases the willingness of collectors to pay higher prices for certified examples. And all of this means that now is the perfect time to check your own change, bank rolls, old jars, and family coin collections for 1990 pennies, because you just might find one with a double die, off-center strike, repunched mint mark, die crack, cud, strike through, or even something previously undocumented that could be worth hundreds of dollars or more. And while most people will pass over a 1990 penny, thinking it's just ordinary, you now know that within that tiny round piece of copper-plated zinc could be hidden a minting mistake so rare and desirable that collectors will pay $414 or even higher for it, making your find one of the most exciting and profitable surprises in modern US coinage. And if you enjoyed this journey through the errors and secrets of the 1990 penny and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in your change, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories, error guides, value breakdowns, and expert tips that could help you turn spare change into real treasure. Last 2012 D1 cent USA coin, we uncover the most surprising and jaw-dropping discoveries in the world of coin collecting, and today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of numismatics, a 2012 D1 cent coin, a humble-looking penny minted in Denver, that has stunned collectors and experts alike by being valued at an astonishing $534, not because it's made of precious metal, not because it's old or historically significant in the traditional sense, but because of the incredible, rare, and often bizarre errors and mistakes that occurred during its minting process, making it one of those modern treasures that turn ordinary change into a collector's dream. And in this extended exploration, we'll peel back every layer, every detail, every possible reason why this coin became so valuable, what kind of mint errors contribute to its massive price, how rarity plays a crucial role, and how even seemingly modern coins from recent years can carry enormous value. When the right mix of rarity, mistake, demand, and history come together in one unforgettable piece of copper-plated zinc, and while 2012 might not seem like a long time ago, it's exactly that modernity that makes this coin all the more intriguing, because most people overlook newer pennies, assuming only older coins hold value. But as we'll reveal, even a penny from a little over a decade ago can command a jaw-dropping price tag when the right circumstances come into play, and that's exactly what happened with the 2012 D penny, a coin that began its life in the vast mintage halls of the Denver Mint, which produced millions upon millions of these coins, yet among them, a tiny fraction, so small it's almost statistically impossible, came out flawed, marked by die errors, off-center strikes, doubling issues, planchet flaws, and other unexpected irregularities that make them stand out in a crowd of otherwise identical coins. And among the countless 2012 D pennies in circulation, collectors and eagle-eyed enthusiasts have found examples that exhibit everything from dramatic off-center strikes where part of the design is literally missing, to double dies where the lettering or images appear double due to a mishap in the die creation or striking process, to coins struck on defective planchets that weren't properly prepared, leading to surface blisters, cracks, or lamination errors. And while individually each of these error types might only raise the value slightly, when combined or when particularly extreme, they can launch the value into the hundreds, even surpassing the $500 mark, especially when the coin is preserved in exceptional condition and graded by a trusted authority like PCGS or NGC, whose certification not only verifies authenticity but also locks in the grade, which significantly affects price. And what's especially exciting about the 2012 D penny is that it serves as proof that modern minting processes, while technologically advanced and more precise than ever, are still not immune to human or mechanical error, and even a slight misalignment of the dies or a small lapse in quality control can result in a coin that collectors will clamor over. And this brings us to one of the most important aspects of coin collecting today, error coins, a field that has exploded in popularity thanks to online marketplaces, collector forums, and social media communities where users share rare finds. And the 2012 D penny with its various error types has quickly become a sensation among these groups, especially when a few notable examples began to sell for hundreds of dollars, drawing attention to the fact that some of these errors are not only visually dramatic but also incredibly rare, with some being the only known examples in the world, giving them a level of exclusivity that every collector dreams about. And for example, there are documented 2012 D pennies with major die cracks, where a visible raised line splits through Lincoln's bust or the lettering of the coin, creating a scar-like anomaly that immediately catches the eye. And then there are coins with severe off-center strikes, sometimes as much as 60% or more, where half the coin is blank and the other half is partially visible, leading to a dramatic visual that collectors are willing to pay big money for. And don't forget double dies, those famous errors where you can see duplicated text like Liberty or In God We Trust, which often show up when the hub and die misalign during the creation of the die, leading to every coin struck by that die exhibiting the same doubled imagery. And when these double dies occur on a popular coin like the 2012 D penny, and especially when found early in the die's life before wear and tear dull the features, they can be worth hundreds on their own. And perhaps the most mysterious and difficult to detect but highly valuable errors are those involving transitional issues or improper alloy mixtures, such as a coin that may have been struck on a leftover blank from a previous year's composition, or even a foreign planchet that accidentally got mixed in, leading to incorrect weight, color, or electromagnetic signature. And savvy collectors with scales, magnets, and a sharp eye often detect these oddities by looking for anything that feels off about the coin. And the 2012 D penny, while officially supposed to be composed of 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper plating, has produced a few strange examples that defy this standard, hinting at something gone wrong in the planchet preparation stage. And even a slight deviation in metal composition can turn an ordinary penny into a rare and valuable collectible. And in addition to composition and striking errors, there's also growing interest in coins with design anomalies caused by die deterioration, such as extreme die polishing marks, die clashes where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghostly impressions of one side on the other, or even filled dies where debris blocks part of the design, leading to missing letters or incomplete features. And these oddities often go unnoticed by the casual user but are goldmines for collectors, especially when they occur on a widely recognized coin like the Lincoln cent. And when we talk about the 2012 D penny reaching a value of $534, we're talking about a perfect storm of factors: rarity of the error, visual impact, preservation condition, demand from the collecting community, and of course the story behind the coin. Because every valuable coin tells a story, not just of its physical characteristics, but of how it was discovered, how many like it exist, and how the collector community reacts to its emergence. And as more of these coins are found and authenticated, the story of the 2012 D penny continues to evolve. But the core lesson remains the same: that even in an era of mass production and quality control, mistakes still happen, and when they do, they create treasures hiding in plain sight. And it's this idea that keeps collectors digging through rolls of coins, searching jars of spare change, and analyzing every detail of each coin they come across, hoping to find that one rare error that could be worth hundreds or even thousands. And the 2012 D penny is a perfect case study for how error coins from recent years can explode in value, reminding us all that value isn't always about age or metal content. It's about uniqueness, rarity, condition, and collector appeal. And when all these ingredients come together in one coin, even something as common as a penny can become a $534 treasure. And as you look through your own coins, keep in mind the kinds of errors we've discussed: off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, planchet flaws, transitional metals, filled dies, and die clashes. Because you never know when you might stumble upon your own modern-day treasure. And if you ever find a 2012 D penny that looks just a little off, a little unusual, or just plain wrong, don't toss it away. Get it checked out, because it might just be your ticket to a big payday. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare modern coins and want to keep discovering how ordinary change can become extraordinary fortune, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss another incredible story from the fascinating world of numismatics, where every coin has a story, and every story might just lead to treasure.